You mentioned wet wood. How do you start a fire when everything's around you is wet?
I mean, it depends on your environment, but I will say in most of the forests that I spend a lot of time in all the Northwoods, the best thing you can do is find a dead standing tree. So it can be downpouring rain, and you chop that tree down, and then when you split it open, no matter how much it's been raining, it'll be dry on the inside. So you chop that tree down, chop a piece, a foot long piece out, and then split that thing open and then split it again. And then you get to that inner dry wood. And then you try to do this maybe under a spruce tree or under your own body so that it's not getting rained on while you're doing it. Make a bunch of little curls that'll catch a flame or light, and then you make a lot more kindling and little pieces of dry wood than you think, because what'll happen, you'll light it and it'll burn through, and it's like, dang it. So just be patient, you're gonna be fine, and make a nice pile of curls that you can light or spark, and then get a lot of good dry kindling. And then don't be afraid to just boom, 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 pile a bunch of wood on and make a big old fire. Get warm as fast as you can. It's amazing how much that is of a recharge it is when you're cold and wet.
You can throw relatively wet wood on top of that.
Once you get that going, yeah, then it'll dry as it goes. But you need to be able to split open and get all that nice dry wood on the inside.
I saw that you mentioned that you look for fat wood. What's fat wood?
So on a lot of pine trees, a place where the tree was injured when it was alive, it like pumps sap to it. And then this is a good point because I use this a lot. It pumps that tree full of sap, and then years later, the tree dies, dries out, rots away. But that sap infused wood, um, it's like turpentine in there. It's oily, and so if it gets wet, you can still light it. It repulses water, and so if you can find that in a rainstorm, you can just make a little pile of those shavings, get the crappiest spark or quickest light, and it'll just sit there and burn
Nice.
like a factory fire starter. It's really, really nice. That's good to spot. It's a good thing to keep your eye out for.
Yeah, it's really fascinating. And then you make this thing.
That's just to get the sauna going fast. I was just doing
What
that.
was that? That was oil?
Oh, it's just used motor oil I had. If you mix it with some sawdust, and then no, the
It just
sauna's going
burns.
just like that.
Nice.
It's kind of like homemade fat wood.